I thought we were going to be back together today. I thought today was reunion day.
Yeah.
The country's falling apart, but don't worry, the Brownlow boys are back, and now we're letting the people down. Can you explain why we are once again not all together in a room when we can be? We've been in lockdown for 17 years, and now we just come out. And you boys have got all these excuses why we can't get together. I need people. I need people.
You boys, it's not you, but I said I'd be there in the flesh this week, and I'll still be there if you want me to be, Tommy.
I would be.
It wasn't me.
I would be, but I have no petrol.
Are you talking in a spiritual sense, like, or in the actual sense?
It's burnt out, and I have literally enough to make an emergency dash somewhere, and that's it. Because every time I've gone to find petrol, there's a massive queue, and it's just like there was this one queue that I was waiting for, and it was like, well, we're gonna visit the petrol thing in a minute, but basically, because it's a whole other story. But the bottom line is, I haven't got enough petrol. I told you I won't have enough petrol, and here I am with no petrol.
Do you have enough petrol to get to my house?
No.
Oh. Okay. Well, I got back this morning, and I saw the queues at petrol stations weren't even that bad this morning.
Yeah,
really. Maybe it's getting better. Maybe it's getting better.
5 cars, 6 cars. It wasn't that bad in South London.
Exactly. And I took a trip up to Wolverhampton over the weekend. So that was my I do a gig.
Driving?
An award show. Yeah, driving.
Oh.
And I got there and I'm kind of watching my petrol and I get there. Still got about 3/4 of a tank from a full tank. It's the only time we've driven the car properly in the last week anyway. I was a bit nervous because I filled up. It was the only time I filled up because I hadn't needed to fill up in all this time. We'd only go to the school and back. And even then when it's sunny, we'll walk. So, but this is the funny thing. I got to the petrol station in Wolverhampton, right near the Dunstall race course where I was doing these awards.
Ooh.
And there was a queue of about 4 cars.
Oh.
Right? Coming up the forecourt.
That's all right.
I went, I can't bothered. Just, it's fine. Like
4 cars, you couldn't be bothered.
It wasn't much of a queue. I don't really need to worry about this. It's all fine. But then I went round, and right next door to it is a McDonald's, and I queued up in a queue of about 30 cars for a cheeseburger. So I'm just saying,
priorities.
And there's only when I was in the queue, I thought, you know what? I wasn't willing to safeguard myself home, but I am willing to wait for McDonald's fineness.
I'll tell you what, I think that's got to be one of the things that probably winds you up the most when the queue at McD's drive-through is just so long, and they're taking. Why are they taking so long?
And once you're in it,
it's because you've got people like Kedge ordering Big Macs without the meat in it. No, that's asking for right. all the different variables that are not on the menu.
I think it's just got slower over time. I think they're doing more things now, aren't they? There's all these fancy things on there and selects and seasonal menus, and I reckon there's just more. And it's just bad. But also, once you enter the lane of any drive-through, there's often little barriers next to you or a little curb, so you can't even get out. That's it. You've committed.
Yeah, once you're committed,
it's a trap.
Yeah, but I think this was the problem that we as a nation were facing when it came to petrol stations and the queues, because there is no barrier. So there was one petrol station I went to where I thought, oh, this is nice. There was one orderly queue, and then the car at the front of the queue would move to the vacant next slot, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like back in the day where you all just queue up in 6 lanes or whatever it is behind in the line of the pumps. And I thought
you haven't got like back a horse. You're all playing together
to get into any course.
Yeah, and whoever's comes available, the next one in line. So it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense because I thought because in a state of crisis and emergency, this is a good way of doing it so that we're all in a queue and no one's cutting, overtaking, undercutting, all that, and
no one feels like they picked the bad lane because that's that's unnecessary. It's unnecessary for that to happen.
And also pumps nowadays, whether your hole's on the left or the right, the pump will fit. Do you know what I mean? It hangs over the car.
I still don't.
So that could be a statement about society right now. Like, hey, guys, in 2021, it doesn't matter where your hole is, a pump will fit. Like, you should be accepted. Do you know what I mean? It feels now. Come on, that's a deep spiritual statement, right?
It is.
Of course, it is. But I still don't like it where you have to pull the hose over to the other side. There's something about it.
The hose should just make their own way around the car, shouldn't they?
I don't think
it's like I don't think I like it.
I don't think I ever get the nozzle on the same side as the car hole. I don't. I always put it over and always rest it on the back sort of windscreen wiper. I thought it's always a good bit of tech.
Oh, see, that's what I mean. Like, I can't deal with that hose going all over my car. It's dirty and stuff. Like, forget that.
Please tell me you know how to tell where your hole is.
He doesn't.
By the dashboard. Every dashboard has this.
I know that. And to be fair, I'm sorry, but if you've got your own car, you should know where the hole is.
No, yes. I know which side the hole is, but what's this dashboard take us? Because I don't know about that.
You know where the little petrol... I can't believe you don't... We've definitely done this on a podcast.
No, we haven't. We haven't.
We've done
basically, if anyone who doesn't know, if you look at your dashboard, where the petrol light is, the actual... what looks like a little petrol pump, yeah?
Yes.
Right next to that petrol pump, there'll be a little arrow, either pointing to the left or pointing to the right. Tiny little... Just the arrowhead.
I don't have that.
You do have that.
I tell you what, bro. It looks like it could be like the petrol pump handle. It's so close to it. Do you know what I mean? It's like the petrol pump and a little triangle next to it. So you can just mistake it as being one. Yeah.
It's like a play button.
Right. I'm gonna have a look. I don't think I have it, but I'll have a look.
And it's there. It's there on every car, but not a lot of people know it. But anyway, so you go the wrong way, right? But you so you didn't queue up. You weren't willing to do it for the podcast.
So there was this queue. And there was about 15 cars in front of me, and it was taking forever. But what really, really got my goat, which made me then leave the queue.
Oh, don't tell me you did that.
No, I left the queue because a woman behind me, who was at least about 6 or 7 cars behind me, decided to come round, drove right to the front of the queue, and then put herself behind one of the lanes, which was... free because we were all waiting for.
And then did you get out the car and tell her that everyone's been waiting in?
No, I swore.
Of course he didn't.
You're the bully.
Let me tell you what you did.
No, because I didn't want to be the idiot who then everyone starts filming, going, "Oh, look at this! Look at this chimpanzee on the petrol court."
And right there is the difference between us. I reckon me and you, Satch, would have got out the car.
100%.
No, but hold on. Tenuki, I mean, there was 15 cars in front of me. There was 7 behind me.
What did you then, you little wuss? You turned your car around, you went home. I'm not going to pay.
No, because I didn't want to engage in any anger or any kind of abuse or anything. So I said a swear word really loudly, and then I just pulled off. And I went,
what language? What language?
I said, I hope she gets petrol, and I wished her well. What language? You know what language.
That's amazing. So I would feel the need to say something. It's winding me up that you didn't.
Satch knows it too well what language it would have been.
Well, you ain't going Swahili on this one.
Not even German.
No.
Oh, God. Kedge, I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah, bro. I'm sad. I feel sad about that.
I'm very sad.
What did you want me to do?
Just to kind of go, but then you know what? There's a deeper problem here because there's different systems, right? So no one told them it was the single lane filtering into any pump system, and you get that sometimes at other places. No, well, it is and it isn't, and someone might be cheeky. I had someone who whizzed behind a police car and then tried to push in, like, oh, can we get in front of you now? And I'm like, that's wrong. That's wrong. But I would say, I wound down the window. I went, bruv, this is my confrontation. I went, bruv, what you're doing is wrong.
Oh, well, that must have helped.
Yeah, but I need to let him know that I'm not, if I'm letting him in, I'm going to let you in. But this is wrong, bruv. You know it. And they look at you, might make a little cheeky face.
And then, you let him in. He let you in.
Because he's in the opposite lane. He's blocking the traffic coming from the other side now. Do you know what I mean? Because he's overtaken, because that's the way the police car was going.
Do you think he was really upset and hurt that you said, this is not right, bruv?
No, but hey, I did my bit. I stood for something, Kedge. I didn't just do a 3-point turn and go, well, I'm going to go home and stop driving because I don't want to drive no more because he cut in front of me.
Exactly.
But he still violated you. And you just basically thanked him for it.
No, he didn't. I confronted him. What am I going to do? See, now what you're saying is you wanted me to take it to violence. Why would I do that?
No, but that's what you guys are saying. That Kedge, you didn't do anything. There's no difference between what you did and I did.
You've touched a key point here, Kedge. You've cut a key point. It's passiveness versus assertiveness.
Yes.
I made my point so that I know
Agreed.
I said it in my way, not with aggression, but I made my point. Other people like you bottle it up and then it all explodes on something really ridiculous. Like, I don't know, really badly, right? All of a sudden,
in another language.
It's going to come out your ears and all that. You're building up all this anger. You're going to end up murdering someone, something like that.
No, that's the standard Kedge, though.
No, but there was no anger. Like I said, there was one swear word. Everything came out of me, and that was the end of it. Khalas, that was it. I didn't
came out you. Sounds like it did come out of you. Just turned around and drove off.
So honestly, that was your reason for not filling up, Kedge?
Yeah, but I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but that is pathetic.
No, because firstly, there was 15 people in front of me. Like I said, there was one more woman who decided to come in and do the wrong one. She did that. That I was all for waiting in a queue and following an orderly fashion. But no, there had to be one plonker who decided to break the rules, and she sat there and she didn't care, and everyone was looking at her, and I just thought, God, what is she going to get out of this? Why do this when everyone is following rules?
I know. I said it, I called it with all the petrol crisis and with what we saw that happened in supermarkets during all the toilet roll crisis. And even like I've seen, like, you remember that IKEA, when the new IKEA opened up in Edmonton, London, somebody like got attacked because they were doing like massive sales stuff.
Yeah.
Some people got attacked there. Then all the next sales. I've seen the next sales in the morning, in the early hours. People are getting twitchy. They've been up all night and they're panicking about petrol this time. So I'm like, it brings out the worst in people. It brings out the ugly. See, Satch, you've missed all of this because you've been in Dubai.
I have been in Dubai, but I'm back now. I got back this morning, and I've got to say I had a bit of an issue this morning when I was driving back, and I haven't told either of you of what's happened this morning. So obviously got back, jumped in my car. It was at my mate's house in West London. Got in my car, he picked me up, got in my car, and it was about sort of 7:30. I left West London, so it's going to take a bit of time to get back to South London. I was happy with that. It's fine, bit of traffic, it's all right. Yeah. Had my tunes on, I was happy. Standing outside East Putney Station this morning, cyclist goes into the back of my car, and I was just thinking, God, like this is, I just don't need this. I've just come back today, like, bruv, honestly, what is happening?
Like, what kind of impact? What kind of accident was it? Like a little scrape, a spot on smack?
No, like it would. To be fair, my car wasn't really done that bad, but you know when you kind of just hear it and you think, I don't need this right now. Like I could have done a kid and just sat in my car and sort of forgotten all about it, but I had to get out of the car. And to be fair, the cyclist.
Be honest, bruv. I'll be honest.
I was angry.
You look a bit stiff. So I reckon that's whiplash. You want to claim for that? Yeah, nah, seriously. Look at him.
No,
he's not moving his neck properly.
To be fair, I got out the car and the cyclist was there. He was actually really, cool, and he goes, look, it was my fault. I didn't see you kind of stop there. He was a Desi dude as well. And I was like, oh, okay.
But that's the problem. What's he doing on a cycle?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you don't know how to use it.
Desi's love a cycle. We love it.
Only in lockdown. Only in lockdown.
I don't know.
Only in lockdown. They get away from their wives. They went on an 18-mile ride.
No, but he was a full kit cycler. So, right. So he was proper. He wasn't like one of them ones that kind of that. He looked like the guy that would cycle to work every morning. I think he was on his way to work. But it was just like, look, I don't think there's any sort of scratch or anything. So I had to jump out the car. Miles of traffic behind me. I was holding everyone up. The sun was in my face. I couldn't even see the car. And I looked there and I was like, I don't even think, like, nothing had cracked. So, it was one of them ones. I was like, it's cool, mate. Thanks.
You let him off.
Stopping. And to be fair, he kind of stopped and he was like, look, man, any issues, give me a shout. So good on him. On a big up.
Well done.
Well, it's just something I didn't need because, flying for whatever.
Welcome to London. Welcome to London.
Something happened. You confronted it and you dealt with it.
Exactly.
And you moved on as a mature, adult human being.
And another thing that I want to say about cyclists is, because obviously last night it rained so much. And when I was driving back, I actually go through Richmond Park. That's the way I sort of come home. I saw a cyclist do the most stupidest thing. She went through a puddle and she completely fell in the puddle and got lost. Like, as in, I did. She's gone. I didn't even see her get out.
Shut up. Don't say that.
Fully gone. And like I saw about 4 cars stop behind trying to drag her out. It was as if she was in quicksand. And I was thinking, why are you taking your cycle through a puddle?
Through a bottomless puddle.
It just
massive torrential rain.
So the good and the bad of cyclists this morning.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's it feel like traveling though? Dubai and all that, and moving in and out the country.
It's been all right, to be fair. Like I think people are still kind of shook about this whole sort of catching something malarkey. But I gotta say, it's been pretty safe. Again, I had a spare seat next to me on the way back.
Lucky you.
So I was lucky, and even on the way out of the spare seat. So it was all right. I managed to sleep the whole way. But the only problem is when we got back, the mask was on my face for so long. I was struggling for the last hour of the flight. I was like, this
what do you mean? What? We're struggling to breathe or what?
Yeah, it's just round your ears and on your face. Like, you just want it off.
It's irritating. Yeah.
I don't mind it on my face, but it starts hurting my ears. I don't know why. Yeah. It's like it really starts hurting my ears.
It's a bit like my thighs, isn't it, Kedge?
Yeah.
I don't mind it on my face.
I don't mind it around my face.
But it starts to hurt my ears. Don't squeeze my head, Tommy.
It's like that James Bond baddie on a top.
Oh, God. Yeah, no. So, but I mean, the whole travelling thing is fine. I think people.
Well, you say it's fine. I took
scared of it. Just it's all right. Just kind of go with it. And I think if you do it once, you'll be like, yeah, it's cool. I can live with this. It's all right.
I don't know, because I took my first flight after 2 years. I went to Edinburgh for the weekend.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, hello.
As you do.
I thought you said you were going on a train.
It was going to be a mammoth 7-hour journey, but I managed to sort of rebel, fight, and get the company to pay for a flight. Which was much better because it was only 1 hour. Got to Edinburgh, but I was nervous like you, because unlike you, who's the jet setter out of us three, I haven't been on a plane for 2 years. So I was very excited but nervous because I'd forgotten how to pack a bag.
Who did you fly with?
EasyJet.
Okay.
And
Luton.
Stansted.
Okay.
That's basically why I ran out of petrol, because I had to go all the way to Stansted.
Oh.
So Edinburgh was more important than the podcast. Noted.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm just going to put it out there that I came back today to be in the flesh, Tommy. I just cut my trip short.
Dedication.
Right.
Yeah. So I didn't hear about this Edinburgh trip. Did you get invited to Edinburgh, Satch?
No. And to be fair, I wouldn't have gone anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's not that level yet. But
what was the purpose of the trip?
The purpose, it was a business trip. We were nominated for an award, so we went as a representative sort of crew of people to attend the awards. Nice. And we took a plane up, and it's weird because it was a full plane. So firstly, everyone's in your face.
Yeah.
But you got to wear the mask. EasyJet, there's no leg space. It's cramped anyway. Thank God it was only 1 hour.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is people don't like to listen to rules, even though they keep telling you and they're playing the thing about please keep your mask on the plane. There's this, the mask starts sliding down, going down the neck. Well, what's that about? How do you not know as a human being that your mask is now sliding down your mouth? Put it back up, please.
Please.
Do you know what I mean? Please.
So let's see if there's a pattern here. So who did you speak
to?
And ask them to put their mask back on?
No, again, I'm not there. I'm not the captain of the ship to address it all.
Here we go.
Right? But people just don't care. Like, hold on. Anyway, that's not the worst of it. The worst of it is
you create your world, Kedge. This is what you're welcoming these bad things into it because you're letting them go.
The worst of it was that anyway, we went to the award ceremony. We won an award, so obviously everyone wanted to party.
Were you wearing masks at the party?
Well, hold on a minute. No, what at the awards?
What, awards party everywhere. You should be masked up.
No. At the awards, once we sat down, we didn't have to wear a mask.
Kedge, for some reason, I don't know why it stands out when you say it. He goes, "Hey, we won the award, and now everybody wants to party." It's a party. Oh yeah, party. Hey guys, we win the award. Let's have good time. Yeah, good time.
So we were looking for a party charty, and we went to this place, which. It was like a club, but it was like an underground club. And again, I was getting a lot of anxiety on the way there.
So you should.
Because I'm like, I haven't been to a club in years, like obviously because of COVID. And I paid the money, I got the stamp, and it all starts getting quite narrow, the entrance. And then I'm like, what am I doing? Do you know what I mean? I know it's 3 a.m. and I'm slightly wavy, but...
you're just going to the club at 3 o'clock?
Yeah.
Wow, Kedge, I can't do that nowadays. But go on, that's amazing.
Well, no. So I went in and I'm thinking,
where have you been until 3 o'clock? Sorry, I sound like your wife. Where have you been till 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah,
point. Well, we were partying until about 1:32 at the venue, the hotel.
Oh, for the awards.
For the awards.
Oh, right.
And then we had to walk to this club, and then we went to one place that was shut, and then you know the usual shenanigans.
And also, I'm well aware, and I don't understand. There's that kind of 30, 40, 50 minutes of a night that can just disappear on a journey from one place to another.
It was exactly that. And I was with some young people who were getting very, very aggravated that we couldn't get in anywhere. But you know, good old Kedge came to the rescue. You know what I did? I said, guys, while you guys argue where we're going, you know what? Because obviously we've been there many a time. I saw the chip shop. I went in there. I said, can I have a large portion of chips? I mean, only in Edinburgh. He gave me like a pizza, you know, like a large pizza tray of chips.
Full of chips.
For £3.20. I took it back to the boys and they were like, Kedge, you absolute legend. Everyone was calm. We finally figured out where we were going to go. Anyway, I went in. My word.
So in my head, how that really plays out is you're a load of young people, you're on a night out, trying to sort of a club night, and the uncle goes off and gets some chips.
Absolutely. Absolutely, because they were all hungry.
What he did.
Listen, before you go dancing and clubbing, have some good potatoes in you. Batata.
Right, they didn't even think about it. They were all hungry, but they didn't think about it. They were all so happy.
Have some? Did you have some of them as well?
Right. Well, I thought I was going to eat a lot of them, but by the time I took them to the crew, they all put their hands into it, and I didn't have any left.
Bruv, I'm not feeling that. Everyone putting their hands into it.
Well, and you really should
put it this way. Yeah. Put it this way. That was more COVID secure than what I was going to go in for in a minute. So then I went into this club, and I'm going down this narrow corridor. And I'm like, okay, so where's the club? And, you know, like, you start feeling the heat on your face and on your back.
Yes.
And literally, it was...
Did you have that?
It was like Tommy's storeroom, yeah, and with the music like that. And it was Ramo. And I'm like... Oh, God. And they were playing tunes, and everyone just ran in going, way. And I'm like, nah. I'm not going in there.
What did you do?
So I tried to style
exactly what I did in the petrol queue.
I tried to style it by sort of standing at the edge and I thought, the edge is too. It's because this is COVID central. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to wait just outside the room. But even on the out, you know what it's like outside a dance room thing. There's still people moving and passing, and you're rubbing shoulders and everything with people. And I thought, I have never felt so uncomfortable. And literally,
what is that? Is that like a panic attack, a little anxiety attack?
I don't know if it was panic. No, it was more that I was thinking, I'm getting COVID. If I stay here any longer, I'm getting COVID. And then in the middle of all of that,
that was probably just a drugs though, Kedge, like talking to you.
It wasn't even that. And in the middle of all of that, I bump into my cousin who's in Edinburgh, random. What? And he goes, Kedge, what are you doing here? I'm like, what are you doing here? Anyway,
was he like? But I want to know how off your nut were you? Was he like suspended from the ceiling? Did he float down to talk to you?
I said hello to him, and he was like. He thought he was so drunk that he was seeing somebody who looked like me because he couldn't believe that I was in Scotland at the same time as him.
Oh, you're definitely related.
Yeah. So then he goes,
how old's your cousin? Younger?
Oh, yeah, younger. He's 30 odd. And
so you're basically like an uncle to him.
Yeah, absolutely. And he goes, what are you doing? He goes, Kedge, this is the last place I'd ever expect to see you. He goes, look at this. This is COVID. Oh, sorry. This is a COVID zoo. And
Kedge got relaxed there. That's all it was. Kedge was in the story, in his head. He does it. And if that is what your cousin said, then he is definitely related. If he can't hold back on the swearing. I love that. Then, did you still have the chips on you? Did you still have the chips?
No, the chips are gone. Okay. And he goes, why are you in here, Kedge? We're going to get COVID. And he legged it and I legged it out.
Kedge, I'm telling you, this didn't happen. Kedge, somebody spiked your drink.
How long were you in there?
I was in there for about 15, 20 minutes, mate. Honestly, I was so scared. I thought I've got it. I've tested myself 6 times since I've been in there.
This is not true. Somebody spiked your drink, or they spiked those chips, or they put a funny little bit of salt on it. Because you're like, then I saw my cousin in this magic, like crazy world who said, we're going to get COVID. Let's run away together. And I said, okay. It's like coming out of a fairy tale. Okay.
Bro, honestly, it happened. Yeah, honestly, it happened.
Kedge in Wonderland.
He took a photo. I remember him taking a selfie. He goes, we've got to take a selfie. This is epic.
No, that is so funny.
Right.
Kedge.
But yeah. Anyway, but I'm okay. The test results have come back negative 6 times. I'm okay.
Eventful weekend then in Edinburgh.
Was eventful.
Can I just say, by the way, just because you're mentioning Edinburgh, you know what? Generally, because didn't we have this meal there, the half pizza, half pasta, in Edinburgh at the Fringe Festival, or were you too sick to come out?
I didn't eat anything in
Edinburgh. Didn't eat anything.
No.
There is a.
Oh my God! Can I just say something?
Yeah.
I was in the same hotel. I was in the same hotel as we stayed in, and it all came back to me. The floor where I was vomiting on, just lying on it, the whole everything. It all came back.
We did a show in Edinburgh for the BBC. Kedge got sick on the way there from a halloumi wrap from a certain store. I'm not going to say it because they might come sue me. And but then they but you were sick the whole weekend. But Edinburgh food is really good. There's a lot of wicked fish and chip shops, and there's this pizza pasta plate, Italian place. It begins with a V. I can't remember what it's called. But I like quirky restaurants. So the quirky they are, the better they are. You know, like just some restaurants are doing something different, messing around with it. And
I was supposed to go to a place they called the Pagoda Bar.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I messaged them on Instagram. They were like, "Oh yeah, let us know. We'll hook you up a table." But we just didn't manage it. But it's got loads of different types of pakoda and loads of different types of desi food, like chaat stuff and all that. It looked really good. But next time we'll go.
So speaking of sliding into people's DMs, you couldn't do that last night, right? It was locked off. Social media was shut down, in the words of Skepta.
It was completely shut, and it was nice. I thought.
I didn't mind it. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was a bit weird because everything just went quiet. Do you know what I mean? It felt quiet.
There was nothing to check on your phone.
How many times did you turn your Wi-Fi on and off?
No, I knew straight away.
Oh, really? I did. Well, I was abroad, so it was a bit different. I was like, God,
you question it, don't you? Because you think, maybe it's
No, you see, I didn't, all of that. Because the first thing that pinged on my phone was the news story. It says Facebook and Instagram have gone down in chaos, whatever. So that's why. Then I was like, oh. Then I went into my WhatsApp and I realized it was just kind of going loading. You know, like you're trying to open up. But get this, in 2 hours, the first 2 hours, I then started reading all the news stories around it. How much money did the planet lose, not make, because those three went down? It's 120 million pounds.
Wow.
Was lost in 2 hours. That would normally be. The Facebook share price in 2
Facebook
hours
was massive.
Dropped 5% in 2 hours.
Yeah, I think in the total time, I think it's 6 billion or something it lost.
Oh my
God. It was ridiculous.
So as you all know, Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, all owned by Facebook. And they said the problem lies, and you'll know how this all works. They said the problem lies is a one single failure point for all three companies. The problem they've got is they've got a shared back end. Now,
never share. Never
share your back end.
Don't share your back end with anyone.
No, definitely.
So anyway,
especially not when people are trying to slide into your back end.
Yeah, exactly. And
on all the platforms.
Exactly. And this was a three-way back end because it was Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, a bit like us.
Yeah.
And the brown load is our back end.
Can I say the back end that I slid into was Twitter, because everyone was there.
Yeah,
it was quite nice to be there.
And actually, I thought, you know what? I don't always do this, but I thought I'm just going to tweet something because I just felt like it. I thought I'll put something out there.
What did you write?
And I wrote, "Oh my God, it's been a whole 30 minutes without any forwards from India on WhatsApp." Then I wrote #winning. But then someone who doesn't follow me decided to reply.
Oh, go on. What did they say?
Some fella called Vikas Desai from India.
Yeah.
Not related to me. Decided to reply and goes, "I'm sure you would be getting forwards from the UK. British flag also, and not only India."
Oh, okay. So he's saying, he said, you said, because the Facebook, Instagram and everything's gone down, WhatsApp, you haven't got any things being forwarded onto you from India.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little break because you get so much stuff from India because India are a nation.
Because it's
kind of playing on a stereotype, Kedge, there on Indians constantly forwarding on social media.
I think everyone would agree. You just get non-stop forwards from India.
Them good morning messages with flowers. I mean, why do I want that?
No, some people do. Indians do. That's why they do it. Each to their own. It's their phones.
It's not even. I just get loads. Nowadays, I just get like more health stuff. Like, if you drink, 6 kilograms of elephant waste, then you will cure yourself of chickenpox or something like that.
Yeah, you do get some pretty random ones. I'll be honest. As bonkers as that sound, I'm thinking of some ones that I've heard, and it's just it is insane. My point is, that's the tweet you were saying. We're getting a little break from India. But this person, Vikas, did you say his name was?
Yeah.
Vikas is thinking, hey, buddy, this buddy, Kejal, he is taking the mick out of my dish, my nation. Where's he from? Yeah. Was it say his city, location?
Location is Mumbai.
Okay. Hey. So you're basically saying, because that's shut down, all of his people, you're now the British guy. So he's going, I'm sure you're getting your forwards from Britain as well as other countries. So he's just pointing out the fact, why are you saying that?
Okay. But why did he have to point that out?
I think Vikas wants an answer, Kedge.
Why did he have to point that out to me? He doesn't follow me. I don't follow him.
It doesn't matter. You were cussing his ends, basically.
No, I'm not cussing his ends.
Well, you were
cussing his ends.
You put it out there in a public domain.
His people, yeah. You were cussing his people.
Yeah.
And what they do.
Again, then Nookie, you carry on, bruv. You carry on.
Turned his car around and driven home.
He should have been in the petrol station with you because he would have pulled that lady up.
Honestly, he's an IT consultant. Maybe he should have started fixing the Facebook outage. Then I wouldn't have had to tweet.
Now playing on further stereotypes.
That is out of order.
No, he's an IT consultant. He's got more chance of fixing than I have.
On social media, it's Kedgel1 on social media. Please direct your hate to Kedgel1 at Twitter.
Bless him.
Big up.
I didn't engage with it.
You know what I find funny about that is some people just take it seriously. You're playing on an Aussie show, and even if you didn't say India, even if you said, "Oh, it's a break from all my Indian family," Indians everywhere, not messaging me because we all love a forward, we all love a little message.
Oh yeah, no, I love it. I mean, I was, normally I get a forward from you guys, and I love it, but it was just, he just, it's basically it's the way the world is coming to. Whatever you read, just make it offend you.
I think with this whole outage thing, if it was Facebook and Instagram, I wouldn't have really cared. But being locked off from like your mates talking, I didn't really like that. Do you know, because we're always constantly chatting. I'm talking to loads of other mates on our group chat and stuff. I agree. And I
don't think they could have timed it worse because it's the international break, so there's no football on.
Exactly.
And there's no mates.
I had a lot of things to get off my chest yesterday.
There's not a they. You said, I don't think they could have timed it any worse. Like there was a conspiracy around it or something. Like someone.
Maybe there was.
Well, Zuckerberg and Vikas together could have sorted the problem out, couldn't they?
Maybe. Sorry, Sat. You said you didn't like it because of.
Yeah, because I thought yesterday I just had a lot of things to say. Couldn't say it. I just had to sit on the plane by myself and kind of swallow it all up like Kedge, basically.
Yeah,
well, hopefully you didn't have to swallow too much of it.
What's Kedge?
No, but you know what I mean? I couldn't express what I was thinking because there was no one to message. You couldn't message. Yeah. And then to be fair, I turned on Telegram, the app Telegram.
You did? Oh, you went proper old school.
Man was desperate. Man was desperate for a conversation.
I tell you why I need it is because I was flying back last night, so I needed to message my mate and be like, bruv, remember to pick me up tomorrow at 6:30 in the morning. Otherwise, I'm going to be standing at Heathrow Airport.
Yeah.
So I needed to kind of get those messages across.
It's okay.
Loads of people were online on Telegram that I've never seen in my life.
Yeah.
You didn't message me on Telegram.
I didn't even know you were on it.
Well, if you had looked.
Okay, no, I didn't really scroll down to the K's.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, he was hanging out with Alan, Akbar, Ahmed.
The mate that I needed to speak to was B. I didn't go past B, so.
Oh,
that was it.
I thought I was down at under B in your Telegram address book. No. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about some brilliant developments that are happening in London, because I know you're all going to love this. Crisps for breakfast, lunch, and dinner are now available because, are you ready for this? There's a new culinary experience in London. Doritos have opened their very own chain of pop-up restaurants.
Oh,
pop-up. Doritos.
Doritos crisps. I mean, the nacho chip brand is here in London. There's 3 restaurants at the moment, and it's takeaway only. But you can actually, you can get it via Uber Eats as well. But it's a restaurant of Doritos.
And proper. Have you got? Please give me more on the menu. Please find
loaded nachos stacked with chili beef, fried chicken, or barbecue jackfruit. Warm, tangy nacho cheese sauce with a selection of toppings, including vegan options as well. Yep. You can also go for the Doritos loaded burger, where you have an option of a fried chicken sandwich with a juicy cheeseburger. If you're after a side dish to complete your meal, you can have a Doritos diner offer, which is what it includes is fried chicken wings, cheese and jalapeno bites, a delicious tangy nacho mac and cheese. You've got group, couple, solo meals as well.
Wow. Kedge, I didn't know you on the take from them this week, because that was a very, very detailed menu.
Well, I thought, you know what, if I'm telling you about the Doritos restaurant, it has to be detailed, because I can't just say, they've got Doritos in it.
See, because I think actually a few Doritos with any of those things on there, cheese, whatever, that could go on the side with anything. So I thought, what are they doing with their menu? But they're serving up Doritos in many different ways. Yeah. It's not like, an amazing fajita wrap with Doritos on the side.
No.
They're saying Doritos is the dish.
They're properly going in.
Did you ever watch The Secret World of Crisps on Channel 4? It's
No,
a documentary.
I heard about it.
Brother, it's there on Catch Up. Please watch it. It will blow your mind. It's one of the best documentaries I've seen. They talk about the Golden Wonder era, how Walkers came in, and then Phileas Fogg was smashing it on the Dorito style crisps. But Doritos came along and did their thing. And you see the tactics, the fierce rivalries, the wars. It is a brilliant documentary, The Secret World of Crisps. On it, yeah. But they talk about Doritos in that. Sorry, my point was, there's in that documentary, there's all these scientist level of tasters who are analyzing the crunch, how much air is in the crisp, because air is money. Because if they can put more air into it, it takes up more space in the bag.
Air is money. I love that.
Right, exactly. So, and he's and you got the Doritos guy who's eating they're interviewing him. It's like lots of talking heads, and he talks about the Phileas Fogg one. He makes a little face like, nah, not all that. And the Phileas Fogg one is kind of going, there's nothing to this, to the Doritos one. They like cussing each other because they're rivals. But it's how much crunch, if they're doing all that attention, what I'm saying is these pop-up Doritos restaurants, I feel like I'm now jumping on the Doritos plugging bandwagon.
I think you are. I didn't get this email.
They would have done all this to scientifically work with the flavors. So that's why I want to hear, is it the tangy cheese that they're using? Or are they going to use the Mexicana cheese, the spicy chili one?
Very quickly, which is your favorite Doritos packet? What color?
I vary. I actually do a little mix and blend.
I knew you was going to do that.
Yeah.
How do you mix and blend what?
I do the
open a few bags and chuck it in.
Yeah, I do cool.
I hate that.
Cool and the chili. I do the cool and the chili together.
I do the cool and the cheese.
Oh, the cheese one is proper like eating someone's feet.
No, yeah, and it's otherwise, and because I'm going to stick loads of cheese on it, I don't need cheese. I want the chili.
I'm surprised because I go for the yellow one, just the lightly salted yellow ones. They're beautiful.
Because it's not offensive. It doesn't say anything to anyone. It just stays in its lane, doesn't it, Kedge? And then it stays and it waits for flavour to come along.
Heat wave. Can we just appreciate the chili heat wave ones? Because I think Doritos have absolutely smashed that flavour during lockdown, and I've eaten bags of that.
Can I just say, I'm not really a big Doritos fan. I wouldn't, if I was to go in a shop and buy a bag of crisps, I wouldn't pick up Doritos.
Oh, really?
No. But Doritos is not a single bag of crisps that you would pick up.
For some people, it is. For some people,
No. It's a sharing bag that you
have
open.
Well, then why do they make small bags of it?
Yeah,
I think for kids. Honestly, I think it's for kids.
They're not for kids. If you go into a shop, they're always on the meal deal, really, aren't they? The £3 meal deal.
Yeah, it's a meal deal, and also they only do the blue ones, the blue and the tangy cheese ones. They're not the best flavors.
I just think with because what Doritos are basically tortilla chips.
Yeah.
They need to be nacho-fied, otherwise I'm not interested.
What's nacho-fied mean?
Like it's got to be nachos, isn't it? Like you've got to give it all the cheese
you've got to turn it into a dish.
Yeah, you can't just give me plain flipping Doritos. I'm not interested.
No, but obviously, Satch, that's why you have to buy the Doritos dip and the Doritos guacamole and the Doritos cheese sauce. That cheese sauce, my word, is brilliant.
I'm going to say, I don't think anybody Desi Asian should ever buy pre-made guacamole. There's no... It's just guacamole homemade is so easy.
Yeah, but sometimes I get what you're saying, but
when you
sometimes you like that processed gunk.
No, it's not. But no. See, that's where you're wrong. The processed cheese, all day long. I'll have that liquid cheese.
No, I know what you're talking about, but that processed guacamole, sometimes it's just easy. Just chuck it on.
But it's so bad. Honestly, I'd rather go without. I'd go.
Yeah,
salsa,
I'm not a fan of it. I just need. To be fair, I just need the salsa and then a bit of homemade toppings on it. Extra onions, cheese.
Yeah.
It needs onions. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it needs the onions.
Oh.
So where is this in London? By the way, you might as well get the rest of the advert out.
Go on.
I haven't got the rest. King's Cross.
I'm on a podcast with two Gujaratis doing side deals to the podcast.
Do you guys want to know or not? Clapham Junction, Bethnal Green, and King's Cross.
What's the opening hours, Kedge? No, I'm kidding.
It's in Asda, by the way, in Clapham.
And when you get there, make sure you mention
rubbish. By the way.
Why?
Yeah.
A pop-up in Asda. That kind of suddenly takes away a little bit.
Well, it's Clapham Junction's Asda store inside that.
It is a big Asda, that one. But it is a bit basic. Have your own plot.
Yeah.
All right.
No, but you should.
Right.
Well, they should set up. If it's a pop-up, they should set up like a triangle like thing, like tent thing, and just take over a couple of spots.
All right, I'll pass that information on to Mr. Doritos and ask them if they want your marketing expertise.
Is there any discount codes for our listeners, Kedge, if they mention your name when they get there?
Probably a slap on their face, Paddy. No, that's it. So all that Doritos, and I'll tell you what, I've been eating it. I had a nice packet of Doritos yesterday while I was watching something on Netflix, which the whole world is watching.
Oh, I know what you're watching.
It's the Squid Game. Are you watching
Is that
Squid
what you were
Game?
going to say, Satch?
Yeah. It's everywhere at the moment.
It is everywhere.
It's one of those shows, people got it to me before I got to even hear of it. Someone went about a week ago, they went, are you watching the Squid Games? And I went, you what? And they went, oh, I thought you'd be watching the Squid Games. I went, oh, no. And then, but the conversation never went much further than that.
I know the squids you're interested in is squid rings, mate, because
love it. Calamari.
Exactly. Me and you, mate. Exactly.
Bring it.
When someone said that to me, I was like, oh, squid rings. Yeah, love them.
Squid Games is where I pretend to give it to you, but then I eat it myself. Squid Games. Hey, Satch, here comes another one. Not really.
I think I know Kedge has now said he's seen it.
I've seen episode 1.
Okay, cool. I'm at that point at the moment where it's just like, do I want to follow the crowd or shall I just call it a day? Because, I gave the trailer a go. I didn't think it was for me.
Really? The trailer's brilliant, Saj.
Yeah, no, but it was all in Korean. I'm struggling with French.
No.
Again, for the people like you who obviously struggle with subtitles and reading, I will tell you that my dad tried doing that for 2 episodes, and he said the subtitles were too fast because they speak Chinese too quickly, and he gave up.
Can I say something?
I thought that's the same issue that you guys are going to have.
So, no, I watched it last night. I watched episode 1, right? Yeah. Actually, I got half of the way through it. I was just very, very tired. It was very, very late. But I got halfway through it. And what I did start to do, I started to look for my phone in between. in the last 5 minutes.
But you didn't get to the juicy part.
I think I got close to the juice. I think I peeled the fruit, but I didn't squeeze
How far did you go? Where was the dude?
Well, okay, let me just tell you this, though. It was all in English.
Oh, so because you've got that basic setting, innit? You've got the dub
I must have just set it to dubbing. Yeah. And so that's good because I've not heard the actor's original voice. And the dubbing, if I'm honest, is not that great because it's a bit like back in the day when they used to do the voice for 70s films. And it's like, oh, come on,
Enter the Dragon.
Hey, Mom, what are you talking about? So I'm like, oh, God, it sounds a bit dated like that. So that was a little bit off-putting, but I really, Kedge, I will love the concept of the story.
Yeah. That means you didn't get to the juice. How far did the dude go?
He's met that bloke at the train platform. He's done that.
Yeah.
And he's got home and he's dishing out the money to family.
That's the start of it. You need to carry on because that's when it gets good.
I've got half an hour left of it. It's about an hour long and I'm watching the other half.
How many episodes is it?
I think it's about 8. I think
an hour long each.
Yeah,
but you know what I liked about it because at first what I will say is okay. We can talk generally about it without doing too many spoilers.
Yeah. As long as you don't give spoilers.
It's kind of loosely based. But what I heard about it beforehand, it's loosely based around something like The Running Man, a game show with people in it playing for their lives.
The thing is, I've seen a Chinese show on Netflix like this, exactly like this, where they're in a game. Right. What happens is they go to sleep or something, and then they wake up and everyone's gone from their city, and then they realize that they're in this game, and then they've got to, what do you call it? You basically
survive.
Yeah, it's for survive, and then if you don't make it or whatever, you end up being killed in the game. So there was something like this, but that one I saw the whole series of that. It wasn't that good. Whereas I think this one seems a little bit better. It's a bit more well thought out.
A little bit cheesy. If I'm just like I said, the cheesy with the dubbing and cheesy with the setup. Because this guy, because you get the impression this guy's a loser and a bum, and they're kind of setting it all up like, and he's gambling and he's this and that. But it was all a bit like cliche, like, and his little daughter, and she's, and all the little things. But having said that, I think you're right. I think that's all part of the setup, and the juicy bit is coming, and that's what I'm looking forward to. So,
I would definitely recommend that. Get onto the Squid Game.
I've got to say, it's when you go on Instagram and you see memes of it for hours on end.
Yeah, there's some brilliant memes.
It's absolutely everywhere. So I'm sure it is a great show, but not really interested. It's not my thing.
Fair enough.
But I might give it a go.
Is there anything that you saw, Satch, on your or travels? on the plane?
There was a couple of things that I saw, and I watched 2 films, and I got to say, both films were directed by Guy Ritchie, and I'm a big Guy Ritchie fan. I think he makes some wicked films.
Yeah.
And the one that I saw was
and some not so wicked films, but
not so wicked films.
Did you watch Twist?
But I saw a film, and it kind of reminded me immediately of Snatch and Lock, Stock, and I was like, how have I not seen this film by Guy Ritchie? It came out sort of towards the end of 2019, and it was called The Gentleman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have you,
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant and the other fella.
Yeah.
And Colin Farrell. The cast in it was amazing, and I thought, why is this such a good film? I've not even seen it.
It went under the radar, that one.
Yeah.
No, it won awards and all that. What I was going to say was, and I've seen it, and I watched it because somebody said Hugh Grant is not recognizable at all in it. He plays such a quirky, weird sort of role, and it's brilliant.
Never seen it like that.
You're right, and I thought that was back to good old bit of Guy Ritchie action. Yeah. But on a side note, in it, I think it's amazing actually when a film slips under your radar, and Kez, you're good for this. When you chat to someone, you'll go, "Oh my God, have you not seen Memento? Have you not seen Inception? Have you not? It's a mind bend, brilliant bit of this, whatever. Or a little. Just what was that film? I always say this because someone said this to me, and I just watched it late. Was Ashton Kutcher, The Butterfly Effect?
Oh, brilliant!
That is such a good film.
Brilliant.
And you should talk to nobody if you've not seen it. Just put it on.
Sachi's not going to watch that film.
I'm not going to watch that. But anyway, that was a brilliant film, The Gentleman. Right. The other one I saw that he directed. I
thought for a minute you were talking about the film with Roop Suhana Lagta Hai Chand Puran, The Gentleman with Juhi Chawla.
The classic. No, not the old classic one.
No, not that one. Hugh Grant's not in that one.
Oh, right.
No, he's not. And the other one was with Jason Statham. It was called Wrath of Gentlemen, which was Wrath of Man. Sorry,
it's all about men and gentlemen.
Wrath of Man. Was that good?
That was a good film. It was about it was about sort of a guy's going back to get vengeance on his son being killed and stuff. It was really good.
Was it a Jason Statham film where he goes and gets vengeance?
It was kind of a bit, but it was different because obviously Guy Ritchie went that. This was more suited for the Americans. It was like an American film, whereas The Gentleman was more British, I thought. And the other thing I did see while I was on the plane, I've got to mention it, is Wonder Woman 1984. Never seen it. Brilliant film.
Oh, that's Tommy saw that. He said it was good.
I'm slightly obsessed with Gal Gadot because of that.
Wicked.
She is an incredible human being. And by the way, have you seen her in the Maroon 5 video? With the girls guys like, and she's in that as well. She looks great. She just looks great. I watched something, Satch, and I was thinking of you all the way through.
Oh, what was it?
It was pictures of you as a baby. It was like a little album I've just got. And no, I'm kidding. I was because it was people just do nothing big.
I don't have any.
You don't have any pictures of you as a baby. It's all digital. Shut up, Satch. He's just trying to prove how young he is.
No, it's because Baloo the Bear didn't know how to use a camera.
You said my dad's Baloo the Bear.
No, I'm saying that you grew up in a jungle.
Oh, right. Okay. I thought, you know what? I thought,
that's just cussing dad. Exactly. You're out of order. But no, it's not even that. I was the second kid, so second kids don't get all of that.
all right. Passively, slightly angry there.
No, back to the film, Tommy. I've not seen that. I want to watch
People Just Do Nothing. Big in Japan, yeah. So I haven't watched one episode of People Do Nothing. I just missed it. I just, like you said, when it slips under the radar. It was because I think it was in the years. Days. I tell you why. And wait, Satch, because it was in the years that I'd left university, and I think people relate to this. I'm out of university. I graduated in 1999. I worked there for 2 years, 2001. So I'm still in the uni bubble. DJ for 2002. 3, and then I stopped DJing and I got a normal sort of day job and got into my kind of other bits of work and stuff. So the young TV shows, I just missed.
It wasn't that young though, Tommy. This was maybe about 5 years or so.
No, they're like 2005, 4 or 5. They started People Just Do Nothing.
I don't think so. Not when it came on telly.
No, because one of the things in the actual plot in the story is that they say that it was set up. Oh, we've been going 15 years. We've been going 15 years.
Oh. Yeah, maybe. Like they've been doing it a very long time, basically.
Yeah, but it's your kind of humor, your kind of story.
Yeah, I agree. It's not. I don't think it's my kind of humor. I think it's so Satch. But yeah, I mean, I love the garage side of it all, but I just don't think I could sit there through it because I just think it'd be numbing my brain. You know, brilliant as they are. Yeah. I do like when they rap and when they MC. I think it's brilliant.
So good.
They're brilliant. Good. Yeah.
And that's the thing that carries it for me is they're so talented as MCs. But,
yes.
But it's your kind of street humor is what I'll say. So I still found some of it funny because they're doing it in that kind of the Office style and fashion, you know, with the little looks of the camera and that kind of, and it's all a bit cringe and a bit embarrassing and a bit taking the mick out of themselves the whole time.
I need to watch that. And quickly before we move on, has anyone seen Bond yet?
No.
No one's seen
We
Bond.
need to.
Tommy?
No, we need to set a date to all see Bond.
Cool.
But we have to combine it with food as well.
Absolutely.
And I want to go IMAX for it. And I want to.
All right. God, look at this.
If you're gonna now do cinema, you got to do
full. Yeah.
Friday? Anyone free Friday?
We'll get back to you. Got to check the diary.
Yeah, it's a bit short notice. Yeah, I got to check the.
Get back to you.
I'll get back to you. But what I don't have to get back to you on is things we've learned. What have we all learned this week?
Who's going first? Can I start? Because mine's a genuine thing, and I think yours are going to be silly because they always are. And this is a genuine thing that I was because I actually did learn this week, and I learned it, and then I felt kind of proud, and that was because the thing I learned.
Tie your shoelaces.
No. Untying them when someone ties them together when you're sitting at the table. The thing I learned, I was looking into solar panels, right? This is how it started. Solar panels, how they work. Is it worthwhile getting them on your house? Rah. Okay. And then, because everyone's saying green, you got to get, and all this kind of electricity, petrol thing made me think about, right, the next electric car I'm going to get, solar panel for your house. I thought if you can almost self-sustain, good thing, right?
Yep.
This is my thing I learned. The biggest solar park in the world is in Rajasthan, India.
Wow.
Oh, I knew that.
Nice, isn't it? So I know like people like India and even I know China will get a bad press. I don't know the details. Don't ask about CO2 emissions and things like that. I don't know the stats and the facts. But what I'm saying is big countries get bad press because they produce a lot of mess and noise and pollution and stuff. But maybe some of it's relative to the size of the country. Like here's Rajasthan, massive bit of land, massive country. And they've got the biggest solar panel. They're doing the best. They're leading the way for solar parks.
Was that something you got off that Vikas fella off Twitter? Did he slide into your...
He messaged me. He said, hey, you should tell Kedgel to be proud of India. We've got the largest solar panel park in the whole of India. And I went, you're right. I'll pass that on. But I said, Vic, he may not want to hear it's come from you. He goes, all right, just drop it in subtly. I went, all right.
Yeah. It's you know why? It's because he had a meme ready for it. Sent it to me. And you know the one about, how great India is and everything like that. Did you know that how many how the Indian national anthem is the best national anthem in the world? Yeah.
Why do you sound so anti-India today?
No, I'm not anti-India.
All I'm saying
is, next time I will put in brackets, I am being sarcastic. Close brackets. Don't stress over it.
Has he taken away your OCI card though?
But technically, you weren't being sarcastic.
The joke thing is, I got the OCI card. I got the OCI card, and then coronavirus happened, so I've not used it.
That's why you're angry, okay? And to be fair, just a very quick update on India, because I was looking at something today. So you know how Indians, when they come over here, they've got to quarantine for 10 days?
Yeah.
Now Indians have said, the Brits, if they go over there, you've got to quarantine for 10 days.
Rightly so.
And I thought, that is so petty, but hilarious. So
it's fair though, isn't it?
But that's okay.
Well, yeah, it is fair.
Because then what you do is you'd quarantine with the relatives that you don't want to see for the rest of the trip. So you get them out the way.
Oh, you might not see them for the rest of their life, mate.
Well, that's what you got to quarantine somewhere.
Do you have to quarantine in a specific hotel, or can you go?
No, you can quarantine in someone's gaff, but you got to be inside for 10 days.
Let's face it. Once you let loose in India, who's checking if you're quarantined? my backside. Anyone who's quarantining in India, come on, bro.
And I'm sorry,
silly. How are they going to? They can't even keep a lock on that in England, let alone in India.
Even if you're staying inside someone's house for 10 days, the whole world's going to come in the house anyway. So fully, you know what I mean? It's not going to make a difference.
Or be like, oh yeah, Kedgel's come to visit. Oh, where is he? He's on the roof. Go and say hello. We won't let him in the house.
Oh god, yeah. That was the thing I learned. But I'll give you another one in a bit. Go on, Kedge.
My one was really simple, but it was actually quite mind-blowing. And that is, I love it when a hidden sort of image is discovered on something that you've been looking at for years and you've never noticed. and I don't know if you've come across this, but it went nuts on TikTok. But a child discovered that, you know, the Toblerone bar, and
yes,
the logo is obviously Toblerone's written in red, and on the start of it, there's like a mountain, if you remember the logo. Yeah? You might want to bring it up, or I can show you on the camera here. But I don't know if you can see it, Tommy. Here we go. See it there?
Yeah,
mountain.
Yeah. Look, it's just a mountain. But keep looking at that mountain.
It's a deer or something.
It's a bear. It's a bear in the mountain.
I see it now. Yeah.
Unbelievable. And no one's ever noticed this. But Toblerone have confirmed it, that there is a bear in that mountain. Once you've seen it, you will never unsee it.
That's so funny, because what is the other thing like that I heard? Oh, no. It was a rude one. I forwarded it to the group.
Don't say it.
It's the Chicago Bulls logo. If you turn it upside down, a bull logo, it looks like a crab is doing. No, it looks like a robot is doing something to a crab. That's all I'll say. It's a Chicago Bulls logo. But on a more straight level, there's another one which is what's the big parcel service in America? Not DHL. I think it's UPS.
UPS,
right?
Yeah.
Look at the UPS logo, right? In fact, I'm going to pull it up right now. No, it's not UPS. It's another one.
FedEx.
It's got
FedEx. DHL.
FedEx. Do you know about the FedEx thing?
No. I'm just giving you names.
Well, look at the FedEx logo. Well done, Satch. I would have done my nutting if I didn't get that FedEx logo. And because I tell you what, Ked, they used the same phrase you just did. And they went, once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Go on.
And
FedEx logo is just FedEx.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put it up to the screen. Can you see where the word says X? It's an arrow in the E and the X.
Oh, yeah.
And it's, so they go, and that's what they go, so it's made of an arrow, but they go, once you see the arrow, you can't unsee the arrow. It's just a little silly little thing. But
it's like that picture of that boat off the shores of Mumbai. If you keep looking at it, you will see trails of white lines across it.
And smoke signals.
That's it.
Calling you.
Look out for that picture.
God.
Thanks for ending us on a controversial note, Kedge. That's brilliant. So
That's all right.
well done for confronting that situation 3,500 miles away from the comfort of a podcast, which has got my name on it at the moment. So
no. What have I said? I've just said we're talking about hidden images that not many people are sure about. Is it there? Is it not there?
They obviously weren't hidden enough. Something needs to be hidden a little bit better.
You're taking it further now.
Wow.
Oh, what?
Okay, by the way, Kedge, the thing you just said about the things you've learned, I picked up a bar of Toblerone in the airport yesterday just to look at the bear. Because I was like, because I saw it was one of them massive ones you only get in the airport as well.
Yeah.
I picked up and I was like, yep, there's definitely a bear.
There we go. Because it was a bare
certified.
necessity.
And the thing that I learnt was something that I actually kind of, while I was sat in the airport yesterday in the sort of departures lounge, I was just looking around at what's everywhere, and I thought, I was a bit hungry. I thought, where should I go? I just want a little something. There was a McD's there and there was a Subway there. And I was like, I don't know what I want. I just want a little something before I get on the plane. Hopefully I sit down and I fall asleep.
Go on. Please tell me you did did you get a bit of both? Mix it together?
I went McD's in the end. But the thing I learned, and I don't know how I even got to this, was there are more Subways in the world than McDonald's.
Oh.
And I was just blown away. I
can't believe that.
No, I'll tell you the exact numbers. There is 40,953 Subways and only 37,855 McDonald's in the whole world.
Well, I don't want to poo-poo on this story, but I think if you look at square footage of how much restaurant space each of them cover, then it's McDonald's. But because it's quite easy to open a little Subway. A little Subway is
Tommy, that's irrelevant.
Yeah, I just think that
because about how much business you're doing. It's about how much business you're turning over. You can have 50,000 little dugans, like little huts. But if they're only making £1 a day, then it's irrelevant. But McDonald's has got restaurants.
I get that part of it.
But who would have thought that there were? Yeah. I'm fascinated by that. Yeah.
No,
who would
actually,
have thought that could be the question that could win you like £1 million. The final question: are there more McDonald's or Subways in this world? Yeah. That is important fact.
And people would say McD's.
McDonald's. Probably. Absolutely, you would go McDonald's.
Yeah. That's where I was a bit like, wow, Subways, okay.
I'm just saying. I'd quickly do a little
Here we go.
Starbucks, 31,256. Not far off behind them.
Far off, yeah.
I mean, if anyone wants to play a little quick game, you could do higher or lower with the number of shops that each of these brands have. I think.
Or you could just carry on living your normal life, which is fun.
Okay.
Well, they were the two world's largest, so they're the top two: Subway and McD's.
There you go. There's more Subways. Now we know. See, this is what it's all about. Teaching you something new, something you can drop in. And Kedge, I just got to quickly big you up here and say, someone in our family, sort of friend of the family, said to me, guess what I've been saying for the last month? I haven't seen him for a little while, a few weeks.
Yeah.
He went, I've been telling everyone how the £100 limit is coming on the Tap Your Card. Because I got that from your Brownload. And he got, I think that was one of yours, Kedge.
It was Satch, I think.
Was it Satch? Oh, sorry. Satch, there you go. It was one of yours.
Pick me up.
And he goes, I've been telling everyone. He goes, I've been pretending it's my own news. So people
Legend.
like it.
That's what we're there for.
People like it. And somebody else came up to me on the weekend and said, I listened to the podcast and I love the things you learn. Have you thought about turning it into a book? I said, we talk about that all the time. I said, we dream about that. We're just waiting for HarperCollins Penguin or any of the large publishers to come along and give us the advance. All right. Yeah. And by the way, we do know that you could just listen back to all the podcasts and just copy it all yourself. But please don't do that and let us be.
Exactly.
All right. So until we get our book deal, I'll catch you later.
Maybe it might be a publication from India. Maybe not. If they've
maybe not. I don't think we're allowed there.
Are we in the flesh next week, boys?
Yes, we are.
Who knows? Who knows, Satch? If tomorrow never comes.
Do I have to post you some petrol?
Yeah.
Hopefully, I will get some by next week. Let's just hope there's no shortages of anything else next week.
I've got some presents for you from Dubai.
I can't wait.
Kedge, just fill up your colostomy bag with petrol and then just come on, just get it into the car. There you go. And you're sorted. Away you go. And get yourself here. Let's get together, all right? And then we can maybe watch Bond as well.
Lovely.
All right. Until then, laters, boys.
Laters.